Zidane Davey, Electro Ninja here, and welcome back to Nerd Chat here on Electro Ninja's Lab. Today we have all three of us today.
Woohoo!
When was the last one we had all three of us?
It was like 2 weeks ago.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
So, so for those of you who are unaware, Percy Jackson just came out, and Jack is currently watching it, the first episode as we're recording this episode. So this is gonna be fun.
And I continue missing the first line, and I'm so dumb.
Okay, let's be quiet really quick while we hear you say that. While he says his line.
That's the first line of the book. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
that was.
I gotta say, it does take a lot of the book more than the actual movie did.
Yeah. Also, I do have to say, I like how subtle they were with the blue food. Like, at least at first. Like, it's a huge deal throughout the rest of the book. Throughout the rest of the books and stuff. But right at the beginning, just like that little thing of her giving him the what's gonna happen. There's like a little bit of blue food, and it's just like she hands it to him, and that's it. It's not like, oh, the blue food, the blue food, the blue food. And I think that that's fine, especially for right now, because like, it's a pretty it's very much the thing that most of the fans know, but it doesn't need to be like, it should have. I'm glad that it was shown, not told. So you'll get to that eventually, but I just thought I would bring that up. But there's obviously some differences, but I think like obviously it was gonna happen no matter what we were doing. But yeah. So
Whoa.
what point
Pegasus.
what point is it at now?
The Pegasus on the roof.
Oh yeah. I think that was
It's Blackjack.
I think it would be hilarious if later down the line that was actually revealed to be Flapjack the entire time.
Blackjack.
Oh, I thought it was Flapjack.
No, it's Blackjack.
No,
not
Flapjack is the other one.
Okay, I'm crazy.
Flapjack is a character, is a name of something else in another book.
Okay, I'm crazy. Cool. But yeah, so that's fun. I think that would be absolutely hilarious if that actually ends up happening. That Pegasus, the entire time was just the one that is gonna be with him for the rest of his life. But
I love Blackjack. He's like, Master, come here.
Over!
what happened? Oh, Grover.
Yes, Grover. But in the books, Blackjack's like, Master, I'm here to rescue you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. We all love him.
I'm sad though, like in Heroes of Olympus, it's like the horses talk and you don't get to hear what the horses are saying anymore because it's in a different character's perspective and not in Percy's perspective, where he can hear the horses talk all the time.
I mean, when it is in Percy's perspective, when the horses are near, then you do get to see it. But I think it's kind of hilarious because like, obviously we're kind of like in since we've already read the books and we've seen how the horses are talking, in the past, it's like, oh yeah, it's not that weird. But then like, you see it from their perspective, and it's like, oh,
Bro,
yeah.
Chiron is black. I fucking love that.
Huh?
What?
They're just inserting people of color.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah.
oh, that's so good. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of, like, there were obviously people who complained, especially about Annabeth, and it's just like, dude.
I
Well,
honestly have to agree with them on Annabeth. The rest of them are great, but like Annabeth itself, like the actress, because Annabeth's supposed to be a cute girl, and she's not really that attractive in the series.
Well, I mean-
in the
alright,
show.
hold on. Let me watch.
Well, Annabeth doesn't show up in the first episode.
Oh.
But I don't know. It's like, to be fair, we're seeing it through Percy's eyes, and Percy is completely in love with her from the beginning. And I think as long as we see that, well, he's not completely in love with her at the beginning, but I think that if we, as we see how their relationship unfolds, I think that that will be a lot more clear. But I mean, honestly, to be fair, I have like I don't think it really like the her having her blonde hair or whatever. It's not that important. I think that the gray eyes would be important, but at the same time, like that can be a little bit challenging. I don't know if they did that for the show. Did they?
Nope.
They didn't give her the gray eyes? Okay. Because, but honestly, like, when you're dealing with kids, it's not really like, the only way that you can really be certain that you're gonna do that is, and make sure that they have, like, specific color eyes, would be to do CGI. Because you can't really do,
Contacts.
you can't, like, you can't force a kid to wear contacts, let's be honest. Like, sure, some of them will probably, will wear contacts anyways, but like I'm fine with them not doing, with them not sticking to her being exactly like.
Is that what's her face? The stupid.
Oh, the red-haired kid? Yeah, that's fucking.
Yeah.
That's not a Nancy Boba Fett.
Nancy Boba Fett. Fuck that chick, man. She's such a well-written piece of shit, and she's only in there for like 2 pages.
Yeah.
Just wait to see what happens.
I think it's funny that they revealed who.
I am in the pen, and look at that, motherfuckers! It's not clicky like the stupid fucking movie. It's a real big cap pen, like it's supposed to be.
Yep. Oh my gosh. When they heard Nancy.
I love that Percy's already wearing a necklace, and it's already leather with a bead on it.
Yeah, I'm wondering like exactly what a lot of people were like were concerned about that in their in the trailers and stuff because he's wearing that necklace and it's like, bruh, like it's probably just like a random necklace he has.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be like the like when he eventually finishes up the camp, then sure, whatever, but and gets his different beads, maybe he'll put them onto that or something. Or
Maybe.
also maybe it's gonna be like revealed that that was actually like something really important to him. I don't know. Or
I don't
maybe
know.
he'll just put on the new he'll start the new necklace or something. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Oh wow, they actually did that really well.
What part?
Throwing Nancy in the fountain.
Yes, that was awesome.
Yeah, it was kind of like a blink and you miss it moment, but yeah, it's just like, yep, there's the water is grabbing her. So, yeah, that was fun. Also, while I'm thinking about it, my parents when they first heard her name, they were like, Boba Fett?
Right.
And it's like, I mean, kinda, but at the same time, not really. But I mean, it's kind of insane though, like the
Oh.
how little
Oh.
she's involved. I don't know.
Oh.
What happened? Oh, the when freaking yeah,
Mrs. Stars.
Mrs. Dot. That is insane. And also like what happens later with Grover is just like, oh, yeah. But
Yeah, I didn't like that part.
yeah, I think they could have done it better, but at the same time, it's like,
Wow. Okay.
well, you'll see what we mean. But yeah, we should probably talk about our ideas for the game. So you said that you would want it to be obviously an open world thing. I think like one of the big problems with doing an open world game for Percy Jackson is because of the fact that it goes over the entire United States, is that would be just too big of a game.
No, that's why I said open-ish world. So what I meant by that was not that you had the open world, but that the path you were taking would be open world. So imagine like
So like
So
more like
it-
Kingdom Hearts then in
yeah, so like imagine that you were in you were doing the quest in the original, like the first book, right?
Yeah.
So they go from what, New York State to California.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so just a swath of the United States would be open world, not the whole thing.
Yeah. Like obviously though, like it's an odd situation. I think like honestly, if they just limited it to like New York itself, I think that would be fine. Because like people have already done New York. It's not like well, specifically Manhattan with freaking the Spider-Man games. And what what's the right side? I'm forgetting that one.
Brooklyn?
Yeah, Brooklyn. So just those two parts are completely done by both Spider-Man games. So like
Wait, what the fuck? Why is Grover bullshitting?
yeah, that's one thing that we weren't too happy about. But at the same time it kind of makes sense. And he does apologize later, so that's good. But I don't know. It's comp. Like I think that they could have absolutely done it better, but at the same time, it was like, you can kind of see like, how he's struggling to be a protector. Through that, because it's like, he had to make a second decision because he knew that that Percy couldn't stay there at that point in time, and he had to make a choice, and that was the choice he made. Was it the right choice? Who knows? Was it is it gonna piss off Percy? Yes. And but Percy will learn. He'll understand eventually. And I think that like it develops him to be like, even though he's a protector, he's still young and has fucked up in the past, and he's nervous. He's done a lot of things.
Yeah.
So he's not perfect, and he's not gonna be perfect. And I think that that's an important thing that scene specifically is getting across. But back to the game idea, I'm thinking. What I'm kind of thinking they should do is, your character is from New York. They're probably 12 years old, and you can design them and blah 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 blah. But this the whole game is taking place after the events of the entire of basically, maybe Percy's an adult. I would say that would probably be a good spot to put it because of the fact that
I would have Percy be the camp director.
I think that well, I
That
mean,
would be an choice.
No, I would have Percy be the camp director because then he and Annabeth could turn Camp Half-Blood into a similar situation to the Roman camp, and then they could keep in touch with the Roman camp, and by keeping in touch with the Roman camp, which then would be run by Hazel and Frank, and then
isn't it already run by Hazel and Frank?
correct.
So, I mean, maybe, but at the same time, Hazel and Frank by that point would be old enough to have left Camp Jupiter.
Well, maybe, but at the same time, like Camp Jupiter also housed just families, so it wouldn't be insane to presume that they wanted to retain the connection with Camp Half-Blood.
Yeah.
And therefore, end up staying at Jupiter. It's not insane to think that.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of an interesting thought
Ew,
process.
Gabe is so gross. What the fuck?
Huh?
Gabe is so gross.
Oh, absolutely. I will say that like I recently watched frickin' the Mythology Guys review of the Percy Jackson movie, and it's just like he was like, why is Gabe the funny one? And it was just like, yeah. It was weird. He was creepy, but at the same time he like an asshole. But I don't know. This one, I think he's doing a good job. It's just hard to say, like. I think he could be more of an asshole. I don't know, because he like, I kind of wish that they had done something where his friends and stuff were there or something. Maybe they're gonna do more stuff with him, like with the news broadcast and whatever that they're gonna see,
Mm-hmm.
and see how he's just like a complete and utter asshole. But I think that he needs to be more of a dick. I think that that's an important thing. I need to hate him, and I need to be happy when he is like, when he gets turned to stone. Yeah, exactly. So, at this point in time, it's like, he's a dick, but he doesn't deserve to be turned to stone. And maybe that's just that we haven't seen enough of him being a dick. I don't know.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, I think we are gonna see more of him being a dick, especially with the news broadcasts, if they do them. I don't know if they're gonna do them in this one.
Mm.
But yeah. So I don't know. I think that would be cool. But yeah, for the game though, I think you'd be 12. And your first NPC will be your Satyr Protector, and you're at school or something when some event happens, and it will like maybe it will be like some monster shows up, and your Satyr friend will give you a weapon that you select, and be like, "Come on, we need to we need to fight to protect ourselves," and then that'll basically be your first tutorial on how to fight. And just like get basically the basic mechanics done. And then from there, you and the Satyr have to make your way to Camp Half-Blood, and like there's already monsters like weak monsters that are just spawning all over New York, and you're starting to see them, and you're basically seeing through the mist. And I think that would be a cool option. Maybe like some good. There are some good creatures and there are some bad creatures, but like the big. But yeah, you basically have to make your way to Camp Half-Blood, and then when you're at Camp Half-Blood, you'll have like a whole bunch of these like quests type things, basically random tasks that you can do that are basically the equivalent to classes in Hogwarts Legacy. That will basically train you to learn how to do certain mechanics and stuff. Like maybe there's like a obstacle course or whatever, and you have to go through and you have to do that or whatever, and so on and so forth. There's like a whole bunch of just random things that you can do in order to progress through the game. And then maybe you have to do like, I don't know, 2 or 3 of those, and then you will be they'll say, okay, go ahead and talk to Rachel, and she will give you she will give you a quest or something like that, or she'll be like, or maybe she'll just come up to you and be like, I have a prophecy, and then boom, prophecy, and you have to go do a quest. And whether
I like that idea.
And I think like for the first game, I don't really want it to go beyond New York, honestly, because it just like I could see it going well, but at the same time, it's just like I can see that being so much to code, and like especially going all the way to because usually the quests, at least from what we've seen, they go all the way to the other side of the
country.
Yeah, the other side of the country. Now, granted, like
Well, except for the one where they went to Canada, they just had to go north a little bit.
well, yeah. I don't know. There's like there's a few things, and like obviously Percy's quests during the newest book, those are pretty short and they're all contained in New York. Because they're not going to send him across country while he's trying to finish up school.
That's fair.
So it's like they understand that he needs to be here, but at the same time it's like fuck. Speaking of which, if you guys haven't read that, you absolutely should. But I think like doing keeping the first keeping it contained to New York would be a reasonable assumption. And honestly, I think like the first game should just be your first year or something. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't really matter exactly how long it's there, but basically when you get to Camp Half-Blood, you're claimed, and I think that you would be able to choose your godly parent. at that point. I'm not exactly certain on exact details, but I think that would basically be how it goes. And I think that there's obviously certain things that I think would be really good. Like maybe you can when you customize your character, you decide your godly parent, but at the same time, it's like then it doesn't feel as much of a surprise. If you get what I'm saying, I don't know. Also, I just found another shiny Milcery.
Nice.
So I now have a shiny Milcery and a shiny Alcremie.
Nice.
I think I'm gonna evolve this one into another Alcremie. And I'm basically what I'm trying to do for that is I'm gonna have each of my shiny Milceries be a different candy.
Nice.
And and eventually I'm gonna try and get the entire Pokedex.
Oh, that's right. I have all the Alcremies.
So I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. Anyways, what were we talking? Oh yeah, the game. But yeah. So frick. I'm forgetting what you said some things that were interesting in our text. Jack.
I have no idea.
Okay. Joker.
Time to go back up through the messages.
There's no.
Mhm.
We have so much freaking conversation. I don't think it's gonna be in. It's gonna be really high up. But I don't know. But not super important. But yeah. So I think the first game, whatever happens with Percy Jackson, a Percy Jackson video game, is that I think that the first game should be Camp Half-Blood, because that's gonna just take care of. Sorry, that will take care of the Percy Jackson series. Then the second game would be Camp Jupiter, and that would obviously take care of freaking what was it? That would take care of Heroes of Olympus, and then I would kind of like there to be a game for each of the spin-offs. So like, you become a wizard and you go to Brooklyn House. And basically you train with the Canes. And then there would also be a Magnus Chase game, and I don't know what exactly they would do with Magnus, because he's not really that important. All things considered, like comparative, like he's great, but at the same time, it's like he's not important to the camp Valhalla in the grand scheme of things. Or did he get up on the big the council thing, whatever it is? I don't remember if he did.
I can't remember.
But I don't know. I think like my thing that I would think would be a good option is maybe you start out as basically going to Magnus and Alex's home or whatever, and you are I don't even know if you have to be a half-blood for that. But you start out there, and then I don't know, maybe like some monster attacks, and it's mostly going after Magnus and Alex, but you decide to join in the fight, not realizing that it's like there's an actual big bad, it's a huge monster that you should not be fighting, and they're mostly the ones who are fighting, but then you end up dying, and that's how you become you go to Valhalla, and then you go and do a quest. I think that could be interesting. Magnus is just complicated, and I think that I think it would be no matter what they do, I think that it's going to be 100% way easier to make a game for Percy Jackson, for Heroes of Olympus, or for Kane Chronicles than ever for Magnus Chase, because it's like, how do you I don't know, it's like your character dies if you're gonna be in Magnus Chase.
Yeah.
So your character has to die really early, and then like honestly, if any of the games were gonna be rated M, that would be the game to be rated M.
Literally.
So it's like, because you're dying over, like when you're in Valhalla, you're gonna die. Period. Like
Mhm.
when you go to Camp Half Blood, or you go to frickin' the Roman camp. I'm forgetting its name right now.
Jupiter.
Camp Jupiter. Thank you. When you're going to either one of those, it's like obviously you're gonna be fighting, sure, but it's not. I don't know. You're not gonna die. And the Kane Chronicles as well. You're not gonna die, like all the time, and like Magnus is kind of like, it doesn't go super in depth with how every single character dies, because it's still meant to be somewhat a kid's book, but at the same time, like the fact that it's a freaking you are supposed like, even with how limited he goes, it's still pretty brutal of deaths when they're at Valhalla and doing their fighting training. So I don't know. It's like I said, I think that if any of them are going to get a game, Magnus Chase is probably going to be rated M, and it's going to be the of all of them, I think it would be the last one.
Mhm.
Like, even if they go into they do more mythologies in future stories, they're going to I think that those have a higher chance of getting a game or movies or shows or whatever than Magnus Chase, just due to the fact that Magnus has to be like at least gory. So I don't know. Like, it doesn't have to be super gory, but at the same time, like, maybe if it's more cartoony, it would be okay. But at the same time, it's like that it doesn't feel like it's in the same world. I don't know. That's just those are my thoughts. I think that I think it would absolutely be amazing to see that game, to see all 4 of those series get games. But at the same time, it's just like I'm willing to like, if Magnus doesn't get a game for a long freaking time, then I'm cool with that. But also with the shows, like I'm intrigued what they're going to do with the shows. Because obviously yeah. Because we've already heard stories about Kane Chronicles coming out. Like a Netflix show, I think. Or have you guys heard about that?
Interesting. No, I haven't.
Yeah. I think it's supposed to like, it's supposedly a cartoon Netflix show.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. I think that they shouldn't do that. What I would like with Kane Chronicles is for them to maybe like start it maybe sometime around the third season of Percy Jackson, and have it be a live action, and basically in one season, like maybe Percy Jackson could be the winter season, and Kane Chronicles could be the summer season or something like that. I don't know. Like, I'm not exactly certain exactly what they would do, but that would basically be what they would do back and forth. Because obviously with Percy Jackson, they need to get through the story. They just do. The child actors are going to age quickly, and they're going to look very different in like in a year. They're going to look insanely different. So if they haven't already started filming, they need to get that filming done. So I expect them to be doing a lot more film. I expect there to be a lot more filming and stuff like that for season 2. If they haven't started already, they need to start now, and they need to get that the whole thing filmed and produced as quickly as possible. Get it out there, because yeah, we need to. It's gonna be fun to see Percy Jackson continue, and just from what I have seen on the first episode and the second episode, and little things here and there about the second episode, I think that they're going to do really well. I think that the show is already doing extremely well, and they've probably already gotten confirmation. Okay, we're doing a second season. We're going all 5 seasons, at least. And then so basically, my thinking is, Kane Chronicles will be the first season, Percy Jackson will be the first. Will go through its 5 seasons, and Kane Chronicles will start probably in the 3rd season, so that they can do a season for each book for that as well. Then, after that, I kind of would like to see, maybe some. I don't think it needs to be like a full series, but I kind of want to see the some of the extra side stories that happened around that time, as like maybe specials or something. Because there's like I'm forgetting which ones exactly, but like some of the extra books were there. So like Demigods and Magicians, that takes place between, I believe it takes place between Percy Jackson and Heroes of Olympus. I'm not exactly 100% certain. Some people say that that's way later, but I think that's when it takes place, because I don't think that Percy has his tattoo in that, or brand, whatever it is. They would describe it as a tattoo, I think, if it was in the book, because I think they don't they say that in Magnus Chase that he had a tattoo on his arm or whatever. I think they did.
Yeah.
So, I think that would probably be what they would do. So I'm pretty sure that Demigods and Magicians, that takes place between Percy Jackson and Heroes of Olympus. So I would like to see that. I would like to see. I'm forgetting what the other books were. Let's go ahead and take a look really quick. So, Camp Jupiter Classified. That's later. Because that's sometime around Apollo. Brooklyn House Magicians Manual, that would take place after Demigods and Magicians, because that is when it takes place. And then Demigod Diaries and Camp Half-Blood Confidential. I'm not really certain exactly where each of those would be. But Demigod Diaries, I think that would be near the end. But I think that they probably should have recorded some of it already, because of the fact that some of those do take place like pretty early in their time. So maybe like whoever is playing young Annabeth and young Luke and young frickin' what's her name? Thalia, whatever, however you pronounce it. Both of all three, whoever is playing those, when they get those actors, probably right around that time, they need to do the they would be filming up they would probably do the filming of some at least that part of Demigod Diaries. But maybe I'm just like saying like a lot of that might be coming out of my ass because of the fact that like I really did enjoy a lot of those extra stories, because they helped build the characters to be really interesting, honestly. Like especially the Demigod Diaries with Luke, it develops his character so much to kind of understand like more of why he was such a dick. So I like, and that he actually did deeply care for Annabeth in his own way. So
Yeah.
did you ever read Demigod Diaries?
No, but I read a synopsis.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it's not long.
Yeah.
At some point, probably should read it. It's pretty good. Same, honestly, same goes for most of the small spin-offs. If you get the chance, read them at some point, but don't like abuse yourself to read them. Is basically my thinking with that. But like I said, I would love to see those all of those different things happen, and just like see the connections between the series, especially like Demigods and Magicians is one of those that I really think needs to happen, because it's the only book where Percy and the Canes all show up, and and Annabeth is also there. So that's like the only thing that's really making it clear that this is in the same universe.
Hmm.
So I don't know.
Why are you laying on the dog's head, you fucking weirdo?
And then
Because they want to.
yeah.
What kind of nonsense was that, Jasper? You laid on her face, and when she moved, you looked offended. What? Carmen, go lay down. Go lay down.
Yeah. But
Go.
yeah. I don't know. I think that there's a lot of really
Oh, Carmen.
untapped potential. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what they do. Oh.
It'll be interesting for sure. I don't know that it'll ever get a video game, and I'm kind of okay with that because I don't want to be disappointed.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't think that now is the time for them to do a video game. Like, let them focus on the movie or focus on the show because the show's doing great. Like,
Yeah.
Focus on the shows, get them done. So the show team, they need to focus on Percy Jackson. They need to focus on Kane Chronicles, and then focus on Heroes of Olympus when that get through that, and then after Heroes of Olympus, do Magnus Chase if they can. I think that that's going to be the hardest one, with the video game as well. I think that that's going to be the hardest one to do a show because of the fact that it's more adult. And same thing goes for Apollo. But to be fair, Apollo doesn't need to happen until after they do the current series.
True.
So, yeah, basically, my thinking at this point in time is, do Percy Jackson, do Kane Chronicles, do Heroes of Olympus, then maybe around and then around that time, start work on Magnus Chase and the new series, because the new series is I think the new series is still before Magnus Chase actually, because his Percy's sister hasn't been born yet, I don't think. Yeah. So, and she is born, I don't know if she's born at the beginning of Magnus Chase, but she is definitely born by the time that by the time of the third book. Because I know Percy specifically mentions his sister. And then obviously Apollo is also happening around that time. So, yeah, get through so what I would do if I was in charge of this is finish get this once this season is done, work on season 2, and then while they're doing the post-production for season 2, they need to start filming Kane Chronicles, get that done. Start working and get that and basically maybe set up 2 teams. One is working on Kane Chronicles, one team is working on Percy Percy Jackson, and then that way season 3 and of Percy Jackson and season 1 of Kane Chronicles can basically be happening together. Exactly how they're going to do it, I don't know. I think that there's a lot of good options and there's a lot of bad options, but I think that they should be going on around the same time. Get those 2 shows going, get them well done, please. Make sure that they're well done, and then after Percy, so get done with all of Percy Jackson, get done with Kane Chronicles, and then go immediately into Heroes of Olympus. Maybe do some little side stories from the different things, such as I would love for them to do Greek gods and Greek heroes, and basically Percy is just narrating a little bit, but the rest is just these random actors who are playing the different characters as he portrayed them.
But I want him to be doing the sound effects. So when their sword hits, I want him to go bang, pow.
Abso-freaking-lutely, that would be hilarious.
And when they're speaking, I want it to be him going, "I'm Achilles, and I'm here to defend you."
Especially for the funny parts. I think having it be if it's a more serious part, I think like having the whoever the actor is be the one who's saying it would make sense. But any of the funny parts, especially, it's just like, please have him do some of it at least. And like, I don't know, it would be fun. I don't know. That's just like my. I don't want to like have him be doing all of the voices because that just sounds like it. It would be so much effort for. And I don't want the kid to be struggling with that for like ages. So, and yeah, I don't know. The Greek gods and Greek heroes, like, do them when you have the time. I don't care if it's actually like how good it is. I just think that it would be fun. That's all it needs. And then yeah, so Magnus Chase and Apollo happening around the same time, and then whatever the next and then after that we would get the follow-up series for Percy Jackson where he's in college, because I think like the current series is just gonna be his quest preparing for college. Basically, hey, I need to you need to do all these things for these gods in order to even get accepted into the college. We know he gets accepted, so that's big whoop. But yeah, then after they do that, then do the college years. I don't know how much they're gonna do for that, or even if they're gonna do like an actual series for that. But I think that it could be fun. I think that also it would be really fun for there to be more mythologies and more stuff with the different mythologies would be really interesting. I don't know exactly what they would want to do, because like at this point you've done Greek, you've done Roman, you've done Norse, and you've done Egyptian. We know that there are more because they do specifically like mention. I think in Apollo they actually mention like there's a character and he's like he is a demigod, but he's not from either Greek or Roman. I don't think they specifically say what he is though.
Probably native. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that might be what it is. I don't remember. I forget what he was. But he's definitely something. So I think they should absolutely do something with that, because they've set it up. Finish what you've set up, dude. And then I would also like to see something along the lines of more to do with Daughter of the Deep, which have you guys read those? Or
No.
You haven't read that? Joker?
Nope.
Okay. So it's good. Read it at your at whatever pace you need to. You have I know you guys have other books, but yeah, I don't know.
I work my way through Assassination Classroom.
Yeah. Speaking of which, how you enjoying Assassination Classroom? I've been mostly focusing on this.
Well, I think it's really interesting. Actually, I'm super enjoying it.
That's good.
It's surprisingly good.
Yeah.
I'm in volume 3, and where I'm at, they're on the school trip trying to get him shot by a sniper.
Oh yeah, that.
that's
I
hilarious.
almost guarantee it's not gonna work. So
Yeah. Don't worry, nothing works until the end.
I was gonna say, does something eventually work?
Kinda, sorta.
Yeah.
Joker knows what I'm talking about, right?
Yep. I'm not
Does
gonna
he
say
eventually
anything,
destroy the world or no?
Huh?
Does he eventually destroy the world?
No.
Oh, boo.
It's good though.
It's
It's
good and
really
it's
good.
very fucking sad.
Oh.
Like, legitimately, the ending theme song, or was it? No, it wasn't the ending. It was the opening theme song for that season, or for that half of the season. Literally makes me cry every single time I hear it because it's just like it's so fucking sad.
It is, but it's so good.
It's so good. But yeah, Like especially once if you one thing I recommend if read read the English lyrics for Bye Bye Yesterday Joker. Like or have you already?
I don't think I have. You need to send me that. I should do that.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find some if I can find them. But like you read them and it's just like, oh my gosh, I did not if expect to cry. I read it as I was watching the series, so it was like, oh fuck.
It's such a good series. I love it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like it
It's
doesn't
in my
spoil
top
anything, but at the same
10.
time, it's like that theme song. Oh my gosh.
It is in my top 10 anime.
I mean, fair. Like legitimately fair. There's like there are a few shows that can really just exemplify how good it is. And that show is just it's peak. It's absolutely peak. There's a reason that it's one of the few series that I bought the box set for.
The books or the movie or show?
The manga. I do plan on buying the box set for the show at some point, but
Oh, did you get the yellow box set
yeah,
with the Velcro and the special art and the poster?
yep, absolutely. Yeah,
It's cool.
yeah. I only have two manga box sets at this point in time. It's Assassination Classroom and Demon Slayer, and that's it. I am thinking of getting a few other ones. Specifically
Mhm.
like
Oh, Demon Slayer is so good.
I need to finish it. Honestly, it's just like I haven't had
Do
the
it.
time.
It is. It's so good. I love Demon Slayer too.
Yeah, I mean fair. It is a good series, and I do need to I just need to sit down and read it honestly, and then also sit down and watch it because I'm
Yes.
still behind on the actual show. So
It's good.
yeah,
It gets crazy, but it's good.
I mean fair. It's a good show. I don't know what other box sets I really want to get. There are
I
definitely a
have
few.
3.
What other box set do you have? Oh,
I
duh.
have Assassination Classroom, The Promised Neverland, and Cells at Work.
Okay, yeah, those make sense.
I don't have any box sets.
I mean, with you and me especially, Joker is like, we will buy series like as they're starting and stuff before they
Yeah.
even have a box set. Well, Jack is mostly into like the finished series, or not necessarily all finished, but like series that have gotten a lot done. While you and me are like are getting into we will get like series before they even have a box set oftentimes.
That is true.
Yeah.
Like
Like I got
What
My
is it?
Hero really early.
yeah, My Hero Vigilantes.
Yeah, Vigilantes and regular My Hero. Like, I think My Hero at this point in time has a box set, but it's only like the first 20.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's 2 box
Does it-
sets, 1 through 20 and 21 through 30.
I don't know why they have 21 through 30. It's like at this point in time, there's 35 volumes here in America,
Yeah, I don't.
and I think they're going all
I
the way to
haven't
40.
met
So they might release another box set, once once all of the series is done, or maybe 2 box sets, one for basically 21 through 40, and then a one that has the entire series. But at the same time, like that's a lot of manga. I think that the only series that has that much manga is probably One Piece. And
I was gonna say, One Piece is at 104, bro.
yeah, so it's like there are some series that have way more than that, but it's not that many that would have like a full box set of that much.
My mom asked me why Assassination Classroom cost $100. Cause I told her, I was like, I bought a box set of the series I wanted, and she was like, "Oh, cool, cool. Why did it cost $121?"
Because it's $10 a volume.
Yeah, and I was like, no, dude, mom, it's because it's well, no, it's $5 a volume at that point.
Yeah, at that point, yes. But like
But I was like, yeah, I was like, no, so it's 21 volumes, and she was like, what the heck? And I was like, yeah. She goes, that's a crazy long book series, dude. And I was like, that is like an average manga series.
yeah,
You're
like to
not
be
wrong,
fair,
though.
She
to
was
be
like, what are you
fair,
talking about? I was like, mom, I have another series that is also 21 volumes. I have another series that's 21 volumes. And she's like, really? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, the other series I read regularly is, I think now, what is Witch Hat at, like 12?
yeah.
Yeah, so it's at 12.
Well, actually, it's
And then
11 here, but I think it's either 12 or 13 over in Japan.
Okay, so it's 11. So then, and what is Spy Family at now?
Spy Family is currently at 10.
10. Yeah, and I was like, yeah, and I go, I have a complete set that is 6, and she's like, oh, that sounds more reasonable. I was like, yeah, that's a teensy tiny little manga.
Yeah, which series is that?
Cells at Work.
Oh, duh, yeah. So, yeah, that's tiny.
Although, I will say my Parasite set is also only going to be, well, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to be 8.
Well, I mean, to be fair, that's only one season.
What do you mean?
Like, the anime is only one season.
Oh, yeah, no. No, I know.
So, yeah, Parasite's a short series, all
It
things
is.
considered.
The only reason I know it's gonna be eight of these full color collection books is because on the spines they have the first one has a P, the second one has an A, and the third one has an R.
Oh, so it's literally spelling out Parasite. That's fun.
Right. Yeah.
I need to
But
get
these- I mean,
I need to get
these
the
are-
deluxe edition of that.
These are beautiful, Zephram.
I need to get them. I really do.
Oh, I mean, they're gorgeous. I could not stop reading them. Although I will say taking manga to work has been quite an experience, guys. Because I read, especially during the holidays, we have a lot of downtime. And so I will sit out there with my clients and we'll be like yesterday. We had 2 clients yesterday. And so a lot of time was spent just kind of like chilling with them. We watched Toy Story 1 and 2 and then we started watching a couple of other movies. And a lot of it I just sat there watching. Well, one of them comes up to me and this poor man, this man is deaf and developmentally disabled, okay?
Okay.
And so, also, on top of being deaf and developmentally disabled, one of his eyes is sewn shut. I have no idea why, but it is. And so yeah, so that's a thing that happened. And so he's like, he can't really see what's going on, or whatever, but he loves books. Loves books. He is my guy who like loves going to Barnes and Noble with me. We spend about an hour picking out books just that he wants to read and he can read by himself, and it's just so much confidence building. It's awesome.
Yeah.
But he loves books, and so I was sitting there reading Assassination Classroom Book 2, and of course it's bright. It's a bright color, right? So he can see this like very, very bright color.
Yeah.
And he's like, he leans over and he's like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's a book." He's like, "Oh, what's it called?" And I'm like,
Yeah, I can see why that would be problematic.
Oh, but here's the thing: the man is like in his 50s, so I can't really baby him.
Yeah.
And I don't believe in sugarcoating things, and so I'm sitting here. I'm like, yeah, it's called Assassination Classroom, and he was like, oh, what's it about? And I was like,
Killing your teacher.
it's about these kids who are in a classroom, and they are learning to end people's lives dramatically.
Especially their teacher.
Particularly, and I said particularly this monster, and I showed him a picture of Koro Sensei, and I was like, this monster right here, because he's a bad guy. They only kill bad guys. They don't kill good people. They kill bad people. He's like, oh, that's cool, and he said, it's not real, right? And I said, no, 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 no. It's just a story someone decided to tell one day. And he said, oh, good. I don't like real monsters. And then he just walked away. I was like, dude, I freaking love you.
Like, oh, good. I don't like real monsters.
Literally.
That's funny.
I'm
Oh my
sorry,
God.
that's just hilarious. Oh, good. I don't like real monsters.
My clients are some of the best people in the world, I swear to God. No, they're so good.
I mean, fair. But yeah, I'm just like I'm thinking about that, and I'm just like, oh, there is no way that I'm bringing like half of my manga to work. Like I would never. I'm dead serious. I would never bring half of them anywhere near.
Right,
my
but
job.
see, like, the people you interact with on a daily basis can read.
I mean, true.
Mine can't. So if they want to know what's going on, they have to ask me what's going on in the book. Otherwise, they just, I mean, for Assassination Classroom, they literally just see a smile on the front
Yeah.
of each book.
Yeah.
So it looks cute and happy. And so they're interested in it, and that was a mistake on my part. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, like, if they look over your shoulder for like, and like for that, it's
God, I
whatever.
was sitting there reading part of it and watching Irina. Oh my God. There were moments when, like, I was sitting there and I was like, oh, I jumped, and they were like, what happened? And I was like, nothing. Why?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm confused. What part?
There's a couple of scenes where Irina is punishing Nagisa by saying she's gonna suffocate him with her tits
Oh,
and like rubbing his face in her boobs, and I'm like, what the? This is not okay.
I
He
totally
is in
forgot
junior
about that
high
part.
school.
Yeah.
That is like 8th grade tops, bro.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that part.
Yeah.
Just because you're a woman and he's a boy does not make it okay.
No, there's
Nope.
like there is absolutely some fucked up shit that happens in that series. Like it's
Also,
like
especially with the teachers like trying to get.
yeah, or really anything that the other students do to Nagisa is just like what the fuck, dude.
That's true.
Like they're such
It's-
assholes to him, and he's literally the best assassin of all of them.
Which is surprising.
Which one is him again?
The one that they
The
think
little
He's
is
the
girl.
main one, right?
yeah, the blue hair guy.
I love
I
him.
guess
Yeah,
technically,
he's great, but it's so annoying when the girls are like, yeah, let's make him look like a girl, and he's like
That's
clearly
true.
uncomfortable, and like when you know why he's so uncomfortable about it, it's just like, oh fuck, yeah, no wonder he'd be pissed.
Yeah, I love the ending though of it. I don't want to spoil anything
Oh, when
for Jack.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. With
but
especially
I just
his
love
ending.
that part. What?
His ending is so good, especially when he gets to cut his hair.
Oh, it's so good. I love his ending.
Absolutely, it's one of the best. We don't.
I kind of want to see more of that ending.
Absolutely. Like if they did Assassination Classroom 2, I would absolutely be so stoked. Like
Oh,
obviously they're not going to kill anybody in that. Well, they might. They might kill some bad guys. But like I don't
but
think
just the fact of seeing him grown up.
yeah,
would be
absolutely. If 100%, if they ever did an Assassination Classroom 2, I would be so fucking hyped.
Oh, it's so good.
Jack, look
I'm
forward to
enjoying
that.
it.
That's all. That's all we'll say.
Although I was reading in, I was in volume 3,
Okay.
possibly the end of volume 2. I can't remember.
Okay.
But it pointed out that Koro is changing
Oh yeah.
throughout. The
That's
illustrations.
fucking
He's
hilarious.
changing. He suddenly had fucking shoulders, like, and I was like, "Oh my god, how did I not notice that?" What?
Yeah.
Who? Oh, the
Yeah, the teacher. Like there's like certain things where he just changes every now and again, and it's just like that's funny. But yeah.
there's one part, and all I'll say is that a student tries to poison him, and it's hilarious.
Oh, it's absolutely fucking hilarious. I think that's already happened.
Oh,
at that
no.
point.
It already happened. He turns to some kind of goo, right?
Yeah.
I okay. So funny thing is, I was sitting on YouTube Shorts and I was watching, and I found one on Assassination Classroom, and it was the one where they were trying to poison him. I'm like, I totally forgot about this. This is hilarious.
Yeah, that's one of the best scenes, but it's like honestly kind of forgettable after a time because it's just like, yeah, there's a lot that happens, and it's just like it's just at that point it's just one of the assassination attempts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nice try.
But also like the fact that he is just like, good job, you didn't succeed, but here are some things that you could do better, and he can and also don't
but why
make
is he such a good
poisons
teacher,
by
though?
yourself. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be me, but at least have one of the other teachers help you.
Okay, but why is he such a good teacher though?
Because he's amazing.
I have no
Literally.
idea, but he's just great.
Because
He
of
takes
her.
care of his kids.
You know
Mhm.
exactly, Joker. You know why? It's her. You know her. It's his backstory.
Oh yes. I totally forgot.
Yeah, you know
But yes,
why. You know why he's
I
such a good
remember
teacher
now.
and why he cares so much for them.
Dude, it's been like 2 years since I've watched the show.
Yeah. You know why? It's just like you forgot because it's like it's just another backstory. Honestly, like it's kind of sad though that like there are very few of the characters who actually get like a full backstory. Like
Yeah.
like the
But
most
he's-
developed characters, let's see. So it's Nagisa, Karma, obviously Koro Sensei. Neither
Poor
of the teachers are
Sensei. He's my favorite.
yeah.
It's so sad though.
Yeah. And then what's her name? The green-haired girl. I'm forgetting her name.
Oh,
She gets some good characterization, but it's mostly because of her brother, or not brother.
yeah, I know who you're talking about now.
But yeah, because of the white-haired kid. Are they siblings? I'm forgetting if they're siblings.
I don't remember. I need to find it and watch it again. I can only watch season 1 on Hulu, but I need to find it and watch it again. I love that show.
It's great. But yeah, so yeah, her I get a white-haired kid is developed a good amount. Also Robot Girl. She's pretty developed, but she's not like it's mostly because of the fact you remember her because of the fact that she's a robot and not her name.
I totally forgot about her.
Yeah, like you only like I only remember her because of the fact that she's a robot.
Excuse me, who's a robot?
There's a robot character.
You'll find out.
You'll find out. She's interesting, but she's also really weird. So
Doesn't she like make herself a body?
no, she never made herself a body. You're
Oh,
thinking of the
okay.
I know what you're thinking of. It's the she was a substitute. She was basically there to make sure that that one girl was there to basically be like the representation of her because they needed to be out in public. So basically,
Okay.
basically, I think that the robot girl taught her in private and helped her succeed. So basically, she just took the test for her or something. I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
Like
I
she was
don't
she was
know.
failing or something, and the robot girl helped her, and then she basically she became the substitute for her during that one test, and that's basically all it is. It's not like a, and she's not she's hardly involved, so it's like that's one of the reasons why we're spoiling that.
But it's funny though.
Yeah, it's just like they look at her and they're just like, huh? Who is she? And then they have to the robot has to explain who she is.
It's hilarious.
So, yeah.
Anyway, we should probably end it here.
Yeah, we've been going for about an hour.
Oh, a little more than, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. So we have something else to discuss afterwards. But anyways, guys, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. I've been Electro Ninja. He's been Jack, he's been Joker, and we will see you guys next time. But on